Hello everyone and welcome back to Alejandro HD. And today I thought I would talk about my journey to becoming more stress-free. Today's video is inspired by Manapu, who's there, there, yeah, or there. Uh, he is a Buddhist monk. Now, what is the most important thing to know about this isn't just me watching one video online and becoming like saying like, oh, this is really cool or whatever. This sort of journey begins, when I was maybe 16, 17 in school. I had a religious moral education philosophy class or whatever it was called. And basically it was like, it's like RE, like religious studies or whatever. And we had this one teacher who was called Dr. Marsh, and he had a lot of different um, studies about Buddhism, and he was quite into that, and it sort of piqued my interest because religion for me is a whole other, ugh, you know what I mean? Like, all the religions are a wee bit sort of, you know, far fetched and all that sort of thing. But Buddhism really spoke to me in a different way because, like, the more you look into understanding what Buddhism is and meditation and the different ways of life and the different sort of things that they do, it sort of makes a lot of sense in the sense of looking after your body and looking after your mind. With Christianity, with Islam, with Judaism, with Mormonism, all the sort of mainstream religions are kind of like a bit, oh, you must believe in this specific deity, you must do specific things to make sure that you're getting to heaven and all this sort of nonsense. Whereas Buddhism's more about, like, you know freeing yourself, and I really like that about Buddhism. For myself, I've tried to become more Zen. um, what I've done is actually quite interesting. I've taken all of my most worldly possessions and put them into like a box, and I've thrown away a lot of what I deemed to be not relevant to my life, decluttering my life. Decluttering has been really cool. Like, it's obviously decluttered, so there's a lot of things. I have a lot more space in my life and my flat. My surroundings, and also it helps with a mindset. So when you wake up in the morning, you're like, when you start stressing about things that you don't need to stress about. That's sort of what started happening to me. I got stressed about the different things, like, oh, I need to do this, oh, I need to do that. And mostly it was like, well, there's too many clothes, or there's too many, I don't know, just like there's too many things and I need to get rid of the things. Or another thing is, I want these things, I want something specifically, and that will make me feel better. And Buddhism teaches that, you know if you can get rid of what you want and only focus on what you have, it becomes less stressful and life becomes a lot easier. So what Manapu actually talks about in this video is a lot of, for him, he only has like 8 possessions. He's very strict, very, specific Buddhist life and whatever, and like, that's really cool. Um, for me, I like to take certain elements of what how he lives, and, like, apply it to my life. Not every element, because his elements are crazy. Well, not crazy, but his elements are very strict, very to doctrine. Like, he must eat 1 meal per day. He must do hours of meditation, hours of chanting, hours of this, and that to me is a bit too much. And that's where I sort of draw the line with religion, because religion can take over your life. Like, I've known people who have been consumed by religion, been like devoting their life to a specific cause, and to me that's just it's a bit over the top. I'm not somebody who would want to do that. Buddhism's no exception. Like, monks give up their entire life to be monks, and fair play to them. It's a very hard life. But for me, it's more of the case of taking elements of what they believe in and applying it to myself. So meditation is very, very good. I believe in meditation. I think meditation is what everyone should be doing. If you can sort of take 10 minutes out of your life every day and just focus on nothing but your own mind, it will help you refresh and it will help you be better. At least anyway, I've seen results of that. I found myself wanting for less things as well. So good sort of mindset to have is if you are somebody who craves, you know, cars, money, big house, whatever it is, try and like instead of wanting that sort of stuff, try and focus on what you have already. So for me, for a long time I've always wanted certain things like, oh, I've always wanted this, I've always wanted that. But recently I've been more like, okay, what do I actually have? I know I have shelter, I know I have clothes, I know I have warmth, I know I have food, I know I have not a lot of money, but money to help me sustain my life. That is key. When you realize what you have, it can help you feel better about your whole situation. So if you feel like you're not filled, like if you're like, oh, I am not happy because I do not have the best car, but do you still have a car? Oh, yes. Okay, then that's very good. There's a lot of people who don't have a car. Same goes for people who are like, oh, I wish I had a mansion. Do you have a house? Yes. Well, a lot of people don't have a house. So it's kind of like that mindset. So if you get yourself into that mindset of like, okay, I do not have this, but I do have this, you can sort of set yourself on a different path. Yes, you can still want for things, and that's fine to want for things. But for me, I think for less stress, you need to focus on what you have. And as a big point of like a Buddhist monk's lifestyle and ritual, like they have their things. They're like, cool, I have a water filter, I have robes, I have a wee bowl that I can eat from, I have whatever else, very small amount of things that they actually have. And then that's fine. They can be content with that. And I think a lot of people need to understand that being content and wanting are very different things. Like a lot of people can be happy with what they have and lead a less stressful life. And I think that that's a very important thing, especially on my journey. Like I've found that I've been very stressful about certain things that recently I don't need to be stressful about. I'm much more calm. I'm much more sort of understanding the world. I'm like, cool, I don't have that, but I'm not going to worry about it because I've got this. And once you get into that mindset, it's easier. It's easier. And a lot of people are like, will not take this message very well. Like, oh, well, that sucks. I still want to have the best phone or I still want to have the best car or whatever. And that's fine. And there's the whole other aspect, like, oh yes, you can work for it, and every day you can push a little bit further towards your goal, and if you want to do that, then you can do that. But for me and my journey, I'm quite content where I am, and the less I want, the less I stress. And the less I stress, the happier I am. So I think that's the key. The less you stress, the happier you are. The key to happiness, or the key to contentness, happiness and contentness are very different things. To be content, is to be calm and to be, aware. Awareness is very important. To be aware of what's going on. So a good sort of thing that a lot of monks do is they are aware of everything wrong with the world. Like, so on a big grand scale of things, poverty or climate change or you know crime or war, yeah, okay, those things exist. That's really, really, really bad. And then you hit it closer to home. Maybe if it's something that affects you directly. Oh, I don't have friends. Oh, my job isn't going so well. Oh, I don't have a job. Oh, I don't have this. Oh, I don't have that. Instead of saying, I'm going to be stressed about these things, you say, Okay, I am aware of these things. They are in my mind. And then if you focus on those things, but don't like let them overpower your mind. Just be aware that they exist and be like, cool, this is making me upset. I acknowledge that these things are making me upset. That's fine. Then I can focus on how I will be able to improve myself. So, for example, I am upset because I don't have the best car. Okay, Tesla or a Ferrari or whatever the car is. And then you say to yourself, okay, how can I overcome this sadness? Do I have a car? So say if you have a car. Yes, I have a car. Okay, it is a beat up old crap box. It doesn't really work very well. But does it still take you to the place that you need to go? Yes. Then that's what matters. A car is still a car, regardless of if it's going to take you to A to B. You know, you might look better in the car. You might feel like you look better in the car. Well, look at me, I'm driving a Tesla. That will give me better status or better rapport. But you should think of it like I drive a car. That should give me better status and better rapport. That's the way I would see it. And it would work for many examples. And even if you are somebody who is stressing about something that they need to achieve, so for example, exams, right? Oh, I don't feel like I've done enough to pass this exam, or I'm very stressed about this exam. Think about why that is stressing you. Take the core element of the stress. So if you're like, I'm not very good at maths, so I struggle a lot with maths. What is the big reason as to why you're not, you know, doing well at maths? Is it something that is a blocker with the person who's teaching you maths, or is it something that is a blocker with yourself? Instead of stressing about it, like, oh no, I don't know if I'm going to pass it, try and like visualize what the problem is and see if you can try and work around it, or see if you can try and, you know, like seek help or seek the guidance to get through the problem that you're having. Everything can be resolved. It's not the case of this is too hard, I should drop this. It should be this is too hard, and I will be aware that it's very hard, and I will find a way to fix it. It might take me 5 days, it might take me 5 months, but you will, in the end, achieve your goal if you are more focused on the specific situation. So, anyway, getting way into that, feel a bit lightheaded there. But that's just my brief take on it and my journey. And I'm trying to get more minimalist as well, so I'm throwing away a lot of things, keeping what I need, and it's really helping me be clear at mind. And I'm hoping that somebody takes something away from this video and tries to do the same. Cool. See you in the next one. Cheers.